debt service payments have been updated to reflect next year. And as you know, our requirement is normally a 1.1, and this budget, as of today, shows a 1.27. So that gives us a little buffer. So the main variables, board, that I want to point out to you are the per pupil funding and the enrollment. And then the school will continue to make a couple more hires during the year or during the summer before school starts. But that's pretty much it. Grady, do you foresee anything or have anything to add?
No, as usual, enrollment is the key driver. And then once you get everything else set.
But the 4491 would be really good.
Yeah, 4491 would be good, and you know, 1276 is still pretty conservative for the student count. So I think we've been conservative on two ends.
We had 10 new applications come in, so we still will process the applications every day.
And students will retain, like, is there a cap?
Well, there is, but we took 11 students out. We keep calling people and people tell us they're not coming, so we're taking them out. We've taken out over 100 already.
And we do have some grade levels that are waitlisted. You know, so we're only taking them in certain kindergarten. We'll still take a couple more kindergartners.
5th grade?
No, not 5th grade, 6th grade. He likes to give Miss Buster a heart attack.
They want me to pull a modular unit up in that parking lot.
6th grade still has some room, so at this point, it kind of depends on which ones applies to where we have spots.
How many students did we end it with?
1244 is the last day of school.
What did we start with?
13,
13,
10,
15, I think was day one, but that's, you know, we don't really take a lot of students during the year, so that's pretty typical.
1305.
13, 11, if it was like day one, but our, I mean, even by the 5th day count, I think we were down to 1305, and then the 1305 was our 45 day count.
yeah, somewhere in that vicinity, yeah.
But after the 45, we generally won't take somebody off the wait list just because it causes so much disruption to classes, unless we're, you know,
The only
close on
ones we
budget.
take at the middle of the year would be people who move or high school students because they're on a block schedule and their classes start over.
But I have a spreadsheet that has all of our counts for the past, I don't know, 5 to 6 years of 5 day, 45, 135. If you're ever interested in seeing our attrition rate for years.
Is it color coded?
It is not color coded.
If you can color code. Is there a way to see last year's budget compared to this, like side by side? I mean, I could go back and dig through and find it, but is that something that's easy to do, or is that difficult to,
That's really
Yeah, I
easy
mean,
to
it would
do.
just
Yeah.
to see the comparison of what we were at last
So
year?
the departmental budgets are pretty much the same.
Okay.
I think it's really the payroll
Is adding
that
to that.
has grown a good bit.
Well, if that's the case, that's,
Yeah, the increase to the arts budget was actually, we have never put a revenue line for arts ticket sales. So the budget increase that they got corresponded to a revenue target that they've got to hit. So it wasn't really,
so it's not like you're just adding money to it without it coming from.
yeah, because in the past, what they had done is they had spent their budget and then they had gotten whatever they got from ticket sales on top of that. So it always looked like they were over budget. But in reality, they were meeting ticket sales, so to make it a little cleaner, we added that in. Otherwise, most of the departments didn't change, other than technology. We did adjust it based on having to renew the Chromebook fleet and the licenses in there. But most of them were the same. We increased, I think special ed, it was 5,000, we bumped it up to 6,000. So most of them were very small changes overall.
Talk about everything is so much more expensive in general, like, do you feel like if there's not much of a change, we'll be able to meet that?
I think so. I mean, we've looked at this year's trends and we compare, and then we true it up if we need to. But I feel like we have enough buffer in this budget. And I think the department heads are able to look at their budgets throughout the year, right, and stay on track with that.
And if they overspend or they get close to spending their budget, Gray will meet with them and let them know where they are and make sure they don't overspend or make sure they say what they need. 'Cause
I've been referred to as the Darth Vader of the dollar. And I did not take offense.
Can I ask a couple of questions on the board budget on page 7?
Best.
What is Aflac match for the board?
So we match a portion of the employees.
From the board?
That's where it's always
That's-
been coded.
it's
It
not
falls
under
under that, yeah.
okay.
It's always gone there. Because it's something the school chooses to pay extra.
28,000 for audit services. Have we selected an auditor yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Who is it?
They have a new name. It was Manley Garvin,
Okay,
and
yeah.
right around the time they got it, they got bought out.
But yes, the audit services did increase from last year.
Legal services. Mary, I was thinking you do something about that. Just kidding.
She was under budget.
Oh, good job.
Yes.
So fit.
It's because Tyler never showed up. He overcharges us. And liability insurance, I assume, is D&O.
Yes.
What are membership dues? That is, I assume, joining the alliance.
I believe so.
Yeah, and I think there's one or two other little things.
Okay,
that
yeah,
are
but that
coded
assumes
under
the
that.
majority of that is that. Great. Great. Just curious.
Please ask.
It's just helpful to know when we're thinking through things like joining the alliance, that we've already budgeted for those kinds of things.
Mhm. Yeah. One thing we really didn't change was, I know you guys are having a new cafeteria service provider, and that usually washes out, so that's not really,
That should not be a change. In your board packet, you got a timeline of how they're gonna change over. I thought that would be useful too,
Yeah.
at least see the timeline of what their plans were to start next school year. The money all comes from USDA, so it's not gonna change a whole lot.
yeah.
And we're not gonna make money no matter what we do. But we're not really trying to make money, we're just trying to feed the kids and break even.
To be clear, Mary Allison, you're worth way more than that. Just want you to know that.
Everybody got dollar figures on there.
I think she's worth more than that.
I do too. Couldn't live without it.
Is there anything you could think of that we discussed in the
No,
finance committee that maybe,
highlighted everything that we've kind of gone over. Yeah. What are the highlights? Like, for example, on this page, like, there's a supplies.
Those
Yeah,
are
that's
the ones that
our
have
notes.
changed,
The ones
Yeah.
that have changed,
Yeah.
okay.
or there was a note about them.
yeah. Or maybe a capital expenditure for
Okay.
us to notate it. It's
Okay.
highlighted.
I wasn't sure when I was looking through it.
So I'm just trying to line up my things here. So on page 8, we're looking under operation and maintenance of plant, which starts at the bottom of page 7. So cleaning services is what we pay. Is that 2,000? Is that all? Or is it 32,500?
I think,
Not a lot gets charged to that.
is that more supplies?
Yeah, or, if we did have to have somebody come and pressure wash.
Do we do all our cleaning in-house?
Yes, we do all our custodial
It's under
in-house.
We could
98%
fail
of it, yeah.
the hook exhaust fan, we may have to spend some money to be up to code. And that money would come from that if we had
Yeah, I was just curious.
an issue. We normally don't, but it's possible.
Right. How many people
think we have 6 pure custodians, if I'm remembering off the top of my head correct, and then we've got, Skip's full-time, Marcus, got Mike is part-time now, and then, Philip Henson who does AC.
We're way below. what we should.
I know we are, it's just, so I was asking.
Are they here after hours or is everybody here during the day?
It's a little bit of a mix. We've got 3 of them that come in early, and then they leave about 2. And then we've got one guy that, he comes in at 10 and stays a little bit late to give us that full coverage. And then we have Brian Hopkins who doesn't sleep. He works constantly, I think.
You see things like, I'm sorry, like, furniture,
Yeah.
we usually put that in every year. And we have 15,000 in parking lot repair. We need 1.5 million. But
Just move the desk.
that is, that's kind of capital expenditures that are just, they're there.
It's simple moving in the
Yeah,
desk.
yeah.
Handle that.
Is there an athletic budget? Am I missing something?
Yeah, it's pupil activities.
Yeah.
What page?
It's on page 9.
And I will say, since I have been here, we have never used much out of the furniture budget. Every year we find desks, we found 350 desks, Tucker?
Yes, sir.
That we got from Burns High School in really great condition, so we didn't really have to spend any money again this year on that. We may have to buy a few teacher desks or something, but we've really done well not having to spend a lot of that money.
Yeah, the supplies under pupil services, that's the athletic.
Yeah.
And that does not include the athletic stipends are part of this regular stipends line.
And like their scrimmages and venues and things like that are below it.
Yeah, the scrimmages and venue rental, that's covers the soccer and softball and all those fields that we have to rent.
The school store does make money, so that's nice. We usually break even on the after school. I think we've got it at a loss of about 3,000 next year, but we
We've
usually break
actually,
even
we've done pretty well this year. We're gonna make money this year.
on
Well,
the school store.
No, on the.
after
after
school will break even.
Well-
Yeah, we do, we would like to increase the cost $5 a week. Deputy Rhodes has started staying and working it, so he is a nice guy, but we do have to pay him. So basically, that would cover the cost of having an SRO full-time for after school. or at
And
least
it's
most
really
of it.
helpful to us to have him here,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
So I
sometimes
think
we don't have
parents do,
admin in
that's
the
what it's
building
made
after
for, they would not
5:15.
do that, so.
Having him here is very helpful when we have a problem.
And that still puts us well below the price of any other after-school care in the county.
I think y'all had advertising on your budget last year. Is that right? Or is this the first year?
We had it on there last
I think
year.
it's under
I think
marketing,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
We,
I'm sorry, Mark.
We dissolved the salary and moved it into marketing.
Where is that, what page?
I was actually looking over here under
School administration.
information services is advertising.
Where you,
Oh, it's right here.
117.
What page is that?
I'm sorry, I'm on 9.
Nine,
at the
top of 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that covers, Ridge Media and all the advertising they do for us, that pays for, Aslan Purcell does our social media. And also, one of the other benefits that Katie and I were talking about is all the pictures, she takes a ton of pictures, even if they don't go on, social media. And we've been able to use them for other different things, because we have access to those. And then it also covers just some oddball things that we do, like the school, what's that, Poster Courage, Spartanburg's Best, to be in there, advertising magazines. We've done billboards off and on for different things, so that's all.
I went to watch a video on YouTube last week and a commercial popped up for Icon Academy.
Yeah.
It was nice.
So I think, this is last year was the first year we did it that way, but I think you can see from our enrollment how it's grown. It's than a good return on
Yeah, we're
investment.
not cutting that.
No,
We
No.
gotta
no,
keep that
I was
level.
just saying, I think
Yeah.
that was in your budget last
But
year.
when the board
I was
just,
trying to tell
when the
difference.
board decided to go with a local company for advertising, when we made that decision, it was a really good decision, because I think the last 2 years having them have really helped our enrollment quite a bit. It's been really good for us.
Yeah, Ridge has been very easy to work with, and very responsive to the things that we've asked them to do.
Yeah, that's going well, don't let your foot off the accelerator.
What other questions?
Is this pretty much done? Can we vote on it?
And, you know, we won't know about the per pupil again till later this summer, and then enrollment when school starts. So, yeah, it's done. Agree, don't you agree it's done?
I would love for it to be voted on and approved.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I'll make
Turn
a
it into all the people that are asking for it.
That makes
So you start
I'll make a,
scrolling
I'll
under.
make a motion to approve the budget as presented.
a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on, we need to do a ratification of the timeline change for the school board election. Do you want to say anything about that, Matt?
Yeah, just by way of review, we had an issue about 5 days into the 7 or 8 day election, where it seems like, as best we can tell, we sent the correct data to the election runner who was running the election, but we use them every year, and it seems like they sent ballots to last year, to an old data, which would have been last year. So we have people who were eligible to vote who did not receive ballots, and people who were not eligible to vote who did. Up until that point, no one who was not eligible had voted, but we knew of people that did not receive ballots, and that's what triggered the audit for us to try to figure out why are some people not receiving ballots. And when we audited it, we discovered that it was some 279 people that had not received ballots. And so Mary Alice and I talked on the phone, I communicated with Sarah and Jen and Joe, and basically we came to the conclusion, if it was a tiny number of people, then, if it was a handful, then we'd send them their ballots and vote. But since it was that large, we felt like the thing to do was to stop the election, restart it from scratch, make sure everybody who was eligible got their ballots, and no one who wasn't eligible got ballots. So I rewrote the timeline accordingly, and we did that last week. Last week, is that when that was? Yeah. And so all we're asking tonight is that you just ratify that decision. I notified you at the time, I think, and attached the new timeline to that email, and letting you know that we're asking to do that. So that's all we're asking, is that you just ratify essentially the new timeline. And I'll make a motion to do that.
Second.
All in favor?
And to answer Brian's question, of course, Josh, the results were, Josh was reelected, Tika was reelected, and Hope Blackwell was the,
Congratulations.
Blackwell, right?
Blackley.
Blackley, sorry, my bad. Blackley was elected.
Is she, she's not here tonight.
She is not here tonight, that's true.
Do you wanna go and swear in Josh? Do you wanna
Invite
swear
her.
in Tika and Josh? You wanna
How
just
should we
do
do
it all
that?
at once? I would go ahead and swear them in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You're not to swear in. Right. Stand, repeat after me. Raise your right hand, please. All right. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I'm duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties of the office
to exercise the duty of the office
to which I have been elected,
which I have been elected,
and that I will,
that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of this state
of this state
and the United States.
and the United States.
So help me
So help me God. You got this.
Congratulations.
We are moving on to the 26-27 board meeting schedule. It is in your folder. There was a couple notes. If we're going on the fourth Monday, September would be the 28th. The 28th is the fourth Monday in September.
I saw that, but I assumed there was a reason.
There was a reason. I don't remember what the reason was. But there was definitely a reason. I don't remember what the reason was. I'd have to like look at it several times. But we can do it on the 20th. You wanna amend that? Do it on the 28th? Unless we know the reason and can indicate it. Should've written it down. I did not. Like my 28th looks fine. And then the May meeting, we've moved it in the past because of Memorial Day, but next year, Memorial Day is on the 5th Monday. The 4th Monday in May is actually open, the 24th. Right. So we wouldn't actually need to move the May meeting this year, or this, school year. And then I just wanted to ask, on June 28th, that's that Monday. What are you gonna be closed that year? Cause I don't wanna get confused with July 4th again.
I think that's the week school will be closed.
So you will be closed on the 28th.
Yeah.
The week before the 4th.
Fourth on Sunday.
Right.
'Cause I think that broke the summer in half if we do it that week.
Yeah. So you'll be closed on the 28th, so we need to do a different June board meeting date. Correct?
If we have a meeting in June, we don't always have one.
Yeah, we have to.
Sometimes we do the April and June, May and June together. It's kind of what we've done in the past, so instead of doing it on that 24th, you could do it the first Monday in June or something.
The budget usually is faded in on that one.
Yeah, so instead of doing it on the 24th, which we may not have the budget ready, if you moved it to the 8th of June, we could have one meeting for June and May.
Which like this year, it seems like the budget's ready, because we just voted on it. So.
We later.
We don't have to, yeah. And
So-
can I make a recommendation also? I don't think we typically vote on this calendar. I think it's typically an announcement,
Right.
so that the board chairman has the ability to change it at will. So, yeah, so this is more informational for us, right? We're not voting on this? Okay, great.
Do we wanna leave the 28th, or are we saying no to the 28th?
I think we leave the June 7th and just do the May and June.
Do April 26th and then June 7th, and that's it.
So no May, no June, just the June 7th.
June 7th would be combined May and June.
That sounds good. Does that work for y'all's schedule? Are y'all gonna be in, here, June 7th?
Oh, yeah, we can be here, that's not a problem. Most people in the meeting are here most of the summer anyway, so that's not a problem. Just trying to think.
When's the last day of school? I can't remember.
It's the Friday before.
Friday before Memorial Day.
27th.
31st. The Memorial Day is on the 31st, so.
Yes, the
that's
28th.
Monday.
29th,
Last
28th, somewhere in there.
So, yeah, great.
Are we all good with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Moving on to school business.
Oh, wonderful. A riveting report. I like our quote this week. important dates. Our offices will be closed June 29th through July 3rd for July 4th holiday. July 1st is our new fiscal year, term ends and begin. August the 3rd, which is a Monday, teachers return to school. August the 4th, which is a Tuesday, we will have Meet the Teacher. The teachers will be here from 10 to 7, and I think Meet the Teachers 4 to 7, is that correct? And then August the 6th, which is a Thursday, will be our first day of school for students. Enrollment data. As of this afternoon, we have 1,404 registered, 1,119 returning, and we have 379 new students. I'm going to skip kindergarten and come back to it. Sixth grade returning, we have 78. We only had 80 in that class, and we've gained 37. So we now have 115. That is 35 more kids in that class than we had this year. That is huge for us. The ninth grade is sitting at 119, and we have some kids on the waiting list there. K-5, we have 98 registered, and I want Kelly to talk about what happened this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday, we had our second annual kindergarten kickoff, where we invited all of our kindergarten families to come in and learn about kindergarten. We did have 63 students come, 75 registered, and so 63 actually came. If you did tell me they were going on vacation, ended up not coming. So we thought that was a great turnout. We're gonna try to maybe plan one more evening, because we really want everybody to try to come. I had all but 3, so 7 of my kindergarten teachers volunteered their time to come in on Saturday morning. They met with the children, and then myself, Mrs. Harris, and Ms. Finley met with the parents and kind of gave them a rundown of this is what kindergarten is, this is how kindergarten works, what you need to know. Because they just don't get that opportunity to hear about kindergarten, and Meet the Teacher is always such a busy time. So this was you gotta have a red folder, here's how the car line works, it was just everything. One thing that we added this year that we're really excited about is we have a Grizzly Gear Up kit, and every one of our students received one of these, which has all of these great items in it. It has instructions in it, some flashcards. They get a marker board, just like they use in the classroom, a book to practice scissors skills, writing, pom-poms with tweezers to start building fine motor. They can work on these this summer to be prepared. They get 20 counting bears, and we did go through activities to do with your child with these too. They get their name card to practice writing with, and we talked to them about how to do that. They get magnetic letters and numbers, and then everybody got a book the night before kindergarten. So we gave away one of these to each student. So we hope that they can start using them now all the way through really the end of first grade. All these tools can be used. And we talked about when you hear what they're doing in class, here's some things you can practice, and now you have the tools at home to be able to practice those things. So we're excited about those. They seem to love them. Parents seem to be interested in hearing what we have to say about ideas for using those kind of tools. So we're excited. And then they also received their first High Point t-shirt to wear on Fridays. So if they came, they got a lot of things. And then we also had PTO was there to sign up families, and then Ms. Edwards in the cafeteria came to start scanning some fingerprints if they were interested in that. So it was a great morning. We were really glad to see lots of kids.
It was fantastic. They did a great job. I sat through 2 of the trainings and just watching the parents and how interactive they were and how excited they were about getting all the stuff. I thought it was a great way to welcome people to High Point. Your staff did a fantastic job.
They did. I was very proud of them.
Excellent.
So it was their very first day of summer break. So to have them say, we'll come in after a long week was really good. And they see the value in it, so I really didn't have to twist their arms too bad either, because they liked, and it was neat because the teachers were able to sit down after and talk about who they had met and who they felt like would be a really good fit for their class.
Those parents went out and they told all their friends about what happened in High Point. And that's the kind of good stuff we want people going out in the community, because no schools do that. And so to be the one school doing that kind of thing really makes us look good. So thanks, Kelly. Great
You're
job.
welcome.
We're at 98. We still got some students who've been registered but haven't accepted. And we've had some more K-5 applications come in. So we feel like we're going to be at our 100 mark or greater when school starts. Moving along, we have 2 openings. We had a digital arts teacher that's decided not to come back. And have you set up those interviews yet?
3 interviews this week.
3 interviews this week. So hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have that. middle school principal is posted. We've got a couple resumes already. And we're interviewing for that on June the 17th, which is a Wednesday. Next up, important updates. You got in your packet the food service, Elior, and then the membership renewal for the Alliance as well. Is that on the agenda later? So you got how much that was and what that would look like, and that has been done as well. And unless somebody, Gray, do you have anything, Tucker, Kelly?
No, sir.
Okay. Nobody has anything else? That concludes our report. It's a little short tonight, but we got a lot going on.
We're actually moving on to the Alliance. There was a note in the folder for everybody with the estimated membership fees. Do you want to say anything about how you feel about the Alliance this year?
Yeah, me and Matt had met with them the year before, and two of the areas that we were really concerned about was, one, we didn't get a lot of information, so they've started giving us a newsletter every week. And at first, it wasn't charter school specific, and the more I complained, the more it became more charter school specific. The second part was they changed lobbying groups. And I don't know if you all remember Campbell Mims, who used to work with our district. He now works for the lobbying group that the Alliance is using, and he is very effective, and I can call him, he's very communicative. So we have seen quite a bit of good stuff coming from our time with the Alliance this past year, and if that continues, I would recommend to the board that we continue that. If it doesn't continue next year, I won't recommend it, but from what we got this year, I feel like we're in a lot better place with the Alliance than we were. Man, I don't know if you want to comment on that.
I agree. I think they're being more active and stuff they're doing is more helpful. What's the difference, so they do it based on count, is that what they do?
$6 a head, yeah.
Okay.
So it's what, 7,300, 74, I forget what the quote is.
$77.58.
Yeah, it's within a couple dollars of that probably.
And they didn't change the count, I don't think. It's the same as last year, the $6. I mean, it's the
Yes.
same as last year.
It's gonna be close to that amount.
Does anybody have a motion on that? I will move to continue membership with the Charter School Alliance for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wonderful. Moving on to public comments. We do have two who have joined us tonight for the meeting in general, and I have requested to address the board.
Some of this was answered tonight, but, about the school board dates when they meet. As we've gone through the year, I didn't know for sure when the regular meeting was. I was just wondering whether maybe at the end of the school board meeting, before you adjourn, if you could say, okay, next month is this date. Because we've missed a couple, sometimes it's our fault, but we've always wanted to come. That's all.
I appreciate y'all being here, and that's a simple thing that we could adjust. And I do believe that the meeting schedule is online. It's on the
Online now,
website. But thank you for that. Mr. Conlon, do you have anything?
Have a nice summer.
We appreciate you as well.
You don't have anything?
No.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Must be the end times.
Yeah.
All right, can I have a motion to move on to executive session?
We do. Thank you.
You have to calendar meeting.
Yeah. That's great. What a good marketing.
Meadows
got other budget offices too, that's so good.
How are you? I think. Have you lost weight?
I think so.
Okay.
Did shake the beer.
I'm trying to have it.
That's what's-
We signed our contract back in.
Yeah.
You think you're actually gonna come?